White black at you, white black at you, right black at you. White black at you, white black at you. I hope my sound is good. I hope my sound is good. I hope my sound is good. This is the Few the Proud, the For Real TV. And of course, I'm Raheem Drain, better known as Top Cat, uh, the host. Let me get myself on the screen here. Okay. How's everyone today? Hope everybody had a good, prosperous day today. And I hope you're fine. And I hope your families are fine. This is the Few the Proud, the For Real TV. Topic for the night is use your words. Use your words. That's the topic of the night. And this is actually Mrs. Elliott, Miss Elliott's topic. So we'll get her in the building in 1 minute here. I'm gonna give a shout out to the For Real team. My brother Ron, my brother Mike, Miss Elliott, Miss D Nice, my little brother Alan. Give a shout out to the For Real team. We on the job. We're on the job. We're gonna make some big things happen. And I've been trying to keep it quiet. Not trying to. I've been keeping a lot of things quiet because I know how people are. And what we're doing is not for us, it's for our people. But I know how our people are. They'll stop you from helping them. I'm gonna say that again. They will stop you from helping them. And I'm not saying all. And that's when I say people, I'm not saying all. Like I said before, if it's a pack of dogs running down the street and you throw a rock in the middle, whichever one go, hey, that's the one that got hit. So if you got hit by that, then you're one of them. Okay. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. If it's the first time coming to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I got to get back out on my job and get me some more subscribers because I said I'm going to get me another 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get me another 1,000 subscribers before the year's out. I know that's a hell of a challenge, but I'm up for it. I just got to get on my game. That's how I got the first 1,000. It's getting out there and stand on my game. Stand down for my crown. Stand down for my crown. Okay. Let's get Miss Elliott in the building because this is her topic. So give me a second here. Let me get her in the building. One second. Let's get Miss Elliott in the building here. It's a little warm here. Let me turn my fan on. It's a little warmer here to be. And like I said, I hope everybody had a good, prosperous day. Excuse me 1 second. A little warm in my upstairs right now to me. Yeah, but once again, this is the Few the Proud, the For Real TV. And you see what's going across the screen right there. This is where we communicate and get the job done. If you would like to be a part of the For Real team, contact me here, the For Real TV at gmail.com. And you can also cash at me at the host. You can cash app the host here. $, the for real one. $, the for real one. Okay. We're gonna wait on Miss Elliott to get in the building here. I'm hoping everybody tune in tonight and come on with your comments. I love interacting with the people. That's what I do in the streets. I love doing it here too. I know y'all probably say I'm hyper and all that there, but that's just what it is. That's the way I've laid it down. You know what I'm saying? We all supposed to be grown. If you wear your feelings on your sleeve, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Wow, I was gonna say, who is that? I wasn't about to let you in for a minute there. I'm like, damn, who? I said to myself, I ain't said it out loud, but I'm like, damn, who is that? Okay.
She's in a wild mood tonight.
Yeah, okay. All right. I don't have nothing to say. Okay. I have nothing to say.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. So how are you tonight? How are you tonight? This evening? How are you this evening? Okay.
How you doing?
Oh, unbelievable. I'm unbelievable.
All right.
Well, use your words. Use your words. What you gonna use your words for?
Communicating the proper way.
Oh, communicating the proper way?
Mm-hmm.
What would be considered the proper way?
Where someone can understand what you're saying.
Okay. All right. But I think that would be depending on who you're talking to, right? If you talk to a Spanish person and you don't speak Spanish, they ain't gonna understand what you're saying.
Absolutely.
So how can you use the proper words then? You said using the proper words.
Well, I am speaking about someone speaking to someone who speaks English.
Is that what we speak English?
Whatever the language is. We do.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna give you a full screen. I'm done. I'm gonna give you a full screen, and you can make your introduction or however you want to do it. Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
It's all on you.
You just wait for this time, don't you?
I'm going on mute. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Talk to the audience. I'm going on mute.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Anyways, my name is Marietta Elliott, and I'm your co-host tonight. And I'm blonde today. I'm in a wild mood, so Mr. Raheem better watch out. He better watch out. Anyway, I chose this use your words because we use words in the wrong way. A lot of words in the wrong way. And I am speaking in reference to the way we speak to our children, the way we speak to our spouses, the way we speak to the people in the community. Words are very important. And, we have to learn how to choose better words when we are trying to speak with our children. Because if you tend to use the wrong words, you're teaching them that the wrong words are okay to be used. And we've got to get away from that. We have got to get away from that. And we have to become very conscious of the words that we use, because words can cut you down. And we have to be very careful with that. We don't want to cut our children down, but we want to get their attention. We don't want to cut our husbands or our man down, but we want to get their attention. So words are very important. And there are words that mean a lot of different things, but spelled differently, but sound the same. So those kind of things are important as well. And, profanity. I mean, we swear, and we need to not swear when we're speaking to our children or our spouses, even our siblings. So tonight, let's talk about words and how we choose to use our words. And when we are using our words, are we bringing clarity to a situation? Because clarity is very important. And sometimes, for me, I totally believe in sending a clear message. That way there will be no misunderstanding. And I had a girlfriend who said to me one time when she was talking to someone, she says, what's understood doesn't have to be explained. And that stuck with me because that makes so much sense. But you have to have an understanding in the beginning. You have to be on the same page in the beginning. So we are going to move into a space where we're going to do some communicating and we're going to be honest about how we communicate. And I think my 3 minutes are up. So Raheem, are you there? See that? Raheem? He just can't behave himself. He just cannot behave himself. And I want you all to understand it's hard for him to behave himself when he's sharing a space with me. And he needs to understand it's time to behave himself. We need to get through this tonight. So Raheem, I'm ready to bring you in here and have a conversation with you about words.
Okay, I was on my phone trying to get my Instagram and stuff fired up. Okay, when you're doing what you're doing, when I give you a full screen, that's what I be doing. Okay, so if I didn't answer you, that's because I'm on my phone. That's because I'm on the phone talking. Okay, I'm on something else live. Okay,
my 3 minutes.
Okay, now what can I assist you with?
Coming together with me on the same platform.
What can I assist you with?
You just cannot behave yourself.
What can I assist you with? I'm using proper words. You talking about using proper words? There was not proper words. What can I assist you with? I think that was very proper words. I got that right out of Mr. Gilmore's book.
Silence.
I got it right out of Mr. Gilmore's book.
Silence.
Well, why you want me back on the screen and you want me to be quiet? So you need to make your mind up. You need to make your mind up.
You just have to do this, don't you?
No, you need to make your mind up. There you go.
Oh my God. What is this? I mean, is this a comedy show? Or is it push the envelope to see how far we're going to go? I hope the audience are understanding my words tonight. Anyways, let's really get down to business here and stop with the foolishness because it's too much. Anyways, when you're out and about and you're listening to other people's conversation and the way that they're using their words, do you get into a space where, wow, I wish I could interject? Because sometimes you hear people saying some things that are just so inappropriate. You have to wonder, do they wonder or know that they're being very inappropriate? And that's one thing. For example, when we're out and about in the community and young people see adults, they continue on as if they are not in the company of adults. And that is something that, is always very concerning because it makes me feel like if they can be that inappropriate in front of other adults, they are coming from an environment where the people in that environment are very, very inappropriate and very disrespectful to the people that are in their company. And young people learn from us as an example. If we don't speak properly, if we swear every other word, they'll go out into the community and they'll do the exact same thing in front of other adults. I would never care too much about how they communicate with each other in the privacy and the comfort of their own space. But I am very concerned about the young people who have no respect for the adults in their presence. And that's very concerning. Those are words that are powerful. And those are words that are very hurtful. And those words make you wonder what the family life is like for them. So those are the things that I really want to talk about. I mean, amongst each other, peers amongst each other is one thing, but when they're in the company of an adult, or when they're in a space where they should be speaking better, they're not doing it. I listen to a lot of young mothers that are swearing at their children, and I mean literally calling them names. And it's very upsetting to me. And that is something that no one can control except for that mother. She's the only one that can control that. I can say to her, wow, you know, you need to speak to your daughter better than that, or your son better than that, because eventually they're going to grow up and speak to you that way. You may not believe it, but you know, you set the stage for that sort of behavior. And we need to become more conscious of that. We need to become more conscious about how we're speaking to one another. I mean, there are men who will actually swear at their girlfriends or their wives. And coming from the Black man is just so inappropriate. But there are some Black men who think that that's very appropriate. And is it because you can just give me a full screen so that you can you can do what you need to do with your phone. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So yes, getting back to the words. And I think that if a man is swearing at his girlfriend, he obviously has heard his dad speak to his mom like that. And they become very comfortable with those words. And then they go out and they get these girlfriends. And if the girlfriend has been in an environment where her mom has been verbally abused, she will definitely accept that behavior from him because it's so-called the norm. So I want us to try to get into a conversation. I'm hoping that there is someone out there in the audience that's going to tune in and tell me about their experiences being out and about, or being in an environment where the moms are speaking to their children as if they were somebody off the street, or the dads behaving in the same manner. I want to see if there's people out here that are willing to have a conversation about that. And I want to know how they felt. Were they uncomfortable with hearing those words come out of someone's mouth? So the line of communication is very, very important. And words are powerful. They're absolutely very, very powerful. And, you know, in my household, coming up as a child, you know, my parents didn't swear with each other. I can't ever remember a day that they argued. And that's why I get very uncomfortable when I know about a person that's being abused, or somebody wants to verbally abuse me. I get very uncomfortable because that's something that I have not been comfortable with and experienced it. It's not my comfort zone. I don't want to be there. That is not the comfort zone that I want to be in. So that's important that we think about those sort of things as well. So Raheem, how do you feel about a line of communication and using words that are effective?
Yeah, you know, words are powerful.
Mhm.
Words can be powerful. You know, especially when it comes to the kids.
Mhm.
You know, because sometimes we might get you know, a little angry with them and say something wrong. Well, you know, and you know, and we may not know how that affects them. You know, we don't know how it affects their mental. You understand what I'm saying? You know, but just in general, words can, you know, That's why you will find, at an early age, these kids, and even when we was younger, we built up a barrier against words to where the words didn't affect us. Certain words, certain stuff, you build up like, I don't want to say a barrier, but like, you got to, what would you say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Remember you said that as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So, all that kind of stuff is what you use, you know what I'm saying, coming up as a child. Because kids can be very, we could be something when we was kids. We could do some very hateful stuff to people, you know what I'm saying? And I know I did. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay, well.
I did. I was kind of brutal when I was young, when I was a kid. I was kind of brutal. Yeah, I was kind of brutal.
Yeah, that's my word, brutal.
Yeah, I was kind of brutal. But but then the guys that I hung out with, all of us was them type of guys though. You understand what I'm saying? But we end up hanging out together because we was brutal to each other. And after a while, we just ended up getting cool. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh my.
Yeah, because we was brutal against each other. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's just like, because words went to fights.
Yes.
And then see, coming up, when I came up, sometimes you might have to fight out. You might have to fight the whole group. You dig what I'm saying? You finish fighting him, then you got to fight him. I mean, that's how I came up. That's how I came up. You know what I'm saying? And then all the ones you fought, maybe 2-3 months later, y'all cool now. Everybody in the same clique now. Because we all brutal. We all I ain't gonna say brutal, but we all we always was bullies. Let's say it like that.
Oh, now, with that being said, that sort of behavior carries you into adulthood.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because we never stopped.
Right.
We went from elementary school that way to junior high school that way to high school that way, and out in the streets that way.
Right. So I must ask you,
that's what point? Everybody I'm talking about either been shot 3-4 times or 5-6 times, then been in the joint 20-15 years. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is. But go ahead.
Well, I have to ask the question, at what point, or did you ever get to the point that you realized that brutality was not the way?
No. You know why I say that? Brutality runs the world. That's why Israel doing what they doing. That's why the United States doing what they doing. That's why Russia doing what they doing. So no, I don't agree with you there. It's money and power. It's money and power.
Well, I guess we need a little war going on over here too, don't we?
What do you mean? Right? What do you mean?
Well, look at America. They think they're powerful and brutal. Why don't we have one here in the States?
The United States the one furnishing all the other wars. But what are you talking about?
No,
they furnish them, so it don't be here.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's the power.
Okay.
That's the power of the dollar and the power of the weapon.
Okay, well, we're going to stick with the power of the words.
But I'm just saying, all that goes together, though, because this is what you just asked me.
Okay, right.
You asked me that.
Right. Okay, so we got that.
All right. Go ahead, it's on you. Go with the power of the word.
Well, anyways, you feel like that being brutal with words is still an okay thing.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you said because the world was brutal.
I didn't say words. I said the world is brutal because it is.
Okay, so now you said you never got to the point to realize that words being brutal was not appropriate.
No, I didn't say words being brutal.
Okay, I asked, did you decide at what point? At what point did you think you didn't need to be brutal?
With words, right? You're talking about words.
Yeah, with words.
Sticks and stones will break my bones. Words will never hurt me, or whatever you said. I said it before.
Yeah, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go, right there. So
as we go through life, we learn that words are very harmful.
Yes, we learned that words are very harmful, but we learned that if you don't let it phase you, it don't phase you. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people putting up their middle finger. Mm-hmm. I had a few people do that to me, and I followed them to the gas station. One girl, she was one of them. She wasn't a woman. She was a and I said, what that supposed to mean? And I asked, what that supposed to mean? You know what the F it mean? I said, yeah, it's your finger. Your finger don't mean nothing to me. All you did was show me your finger. Mm-hmm. I said, if you want to impress me while you was driving, if you could have took your shoe off and took your sock off and showed me your big thumb, then you'd impress me. Then I pull off on you. that would have really impressed me. If you could do all that while you was driving and showed me your big toe. Then I pull off on
you. Because you knew what was next.
Yeah. She was trying to, you know what I'm saying? She might have wanted to throw them hands. Yeah, she might have wanted to throw them hands.
She came at you like a linebacker.
Yeah, I got on out of Dodge. It was time to get out of Dodge. I said what I wanted to say. But I didn't cuss her or nothing like that there. I just told her, what your finger? All you did was show me your finger. What was that supposed to mean?
Yes, I was just like a linebacker.
But if you think about it, you've been putting your middle finger up since you was in elementary school. Mm-hmm. Now you're 70 years old, still putting your middle finger up. What kind of
change?
What is that? Thank you. That's all.
Maybe she needs to learn how to use her words.
That's all I'm trying to say.
She might need to learn how to use her words.
What words?
Instead of the finger. Her words.
What words did she use?
I'm saying when she threw up, but putting up her finger, there were words that goes with that, as you obviously do know. So I am saying instead of her doing that, she should have been saying the words.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Like I told her, she wanted to impress me while you was driving. If you was able to take your shoe off and your sock off and put your foot up and show me your middle thumb, your big toe, then you that would impress me. Showing me your finger don't mean nothing to me. All you did was show me a finger.
Right.
Didn't even make me mad. It was laughable that grown people, 120 years old, still putting their finger up like that supposed to mean something. Then you see a 3-year-old with their finger up. So you must be, your brain's still a 3-year-old.
So now,
but, when you talk about words, a lot of words we use, we don't even really know the true meaning of them. We use words that we just heard other people say. You heard somebody else say, and didn't even bother to even look up the word to see what the word really meant. A lot of these words you use don't even mean what you think they mean.
Well, I must say this. Do you ever use words that mean something different than what you're saying?
Yes.
Such
I can make it mean what I want it to mean. but it may not really mean that. But in our so-called culture, we talked about that last night. Remember, in our so-called culture, we use words, the way we use them.
Well, let's take out the verbal part and put in the reading part.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are reading, we have to read what's there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that, is there a possibility that we read something that was entirely different from what it should have been?
Could be. Yes, it could.
Okay.
Because if it was words that you thought you understand and you didn't look the words up, you could have got a whole different meaning to what that paragraph or whatever was really saying.
Okay.
You just interpreted it the way you wanted to.
Well,
see, that's what we do. That's what we do.
But see, that is the thing. We are not interpreting anything the way we want to interpret it. We are interpreting it exactly the way it is written. So if someone reads the sentence, "I'm walking down the street," whoever reads that sentence is going to know that someone is walking down the street, not crawling, not running, not jumping, because of those words. So we're just translating. We're reading whatever we're reading. Like The Few, The Proud, the For Real TV. We know exactly what those words are saying, and it don't mean anything different, but exactly what it's saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And when someone reads Marietta Elliott, they know Marietta Elliott is obviously me. So when we're reading things, we're getting the understanding as to
Marietta Elliott can be anybody. It can be a white woman.
Well, there are plenty of Marietta Elliott's. Absolutely. There are. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. And which is very interesting that, that's all possible. But, names and last names, there are a lot of same names, different faces. Same names, different faces. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting too as well. But yeah, anyways, now I have to ask the question, if someone is using words to speak to you in a harsh manner, do you find that acceptable?
Do I find it acceptable?
Mm-hmm.
No, it can depend on who it is. You understand what I'm saying? It can depend on that. You know what I'm saying? The situation. You understand what I'm saying? If it's a heated situation, you understand what I'm saying? People, we can get heated and say things that we really don't mean, but it just come out that way. You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on the situation, who it is, things of that nature. But yeah, I could pretty much handle it. It just depends, like I said, depends on the situation, where I'm at. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, you took it right out my mouth. I was getting ready to say it depends on where you're at, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, because when I'm in the street now, you ain't getting an inch. You ain't getting a smidget. I'm gonna be right on top of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Why does it make people uncomfortable when they're in a different environment using those words?
Well,
and that's my whole point of having this talk show here.
I just said it depends on who it is and where I'm at.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It depends on who it is and where I'm at. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I said that. You know what I'm saying? But mostly in the street, you dealing with harsh situations in the streets. I mean, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So you have to deal with it accordingly.
Yeah, I get it, and that's the very reason why I asked that question.
You have to deal with it accordingly. You understand what I'm saying? I go off the vibrations. You understand what I'm saying? I go off the vibrations. I mean, that's just like sometimes I be talking to young guys. I could tell their vibrations when it's time for me to leave them alone, going about my business. They don't have to say it. I can get the vibes from them. You know what I'm saying? My guys will tell me, all right, time to leave this little dude here alone. You dig what I'm saying? All right, little brother, have a good one. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because I didn't not beat him down, but I didn't put so much, you know what I'm saying, in my mind. I'm hitting him with unders and overs, but I'm doing it with words. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to beat him down to make him think. Because you got to understand what you're dealing with when you out there. They're not going for the good words and the nice words. So if you want their attention, you got to talk to them the way they talk to each other. And you can get their attention then. You know, a lot of times I only want their attention for about a good 5, 7, 8 minutes, sometimes 7 or 8 seconds, just to drop something on them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Before they can come with a comeback, all right, little brother, I'm gone. The reason why I do some of them like that, because I want them to think about the little quick second stuff I dropped on them, and you can see their facial expression that they want to say something. I make them hold it, because I already know I'm going to see them again on my next trip around.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? On my next trip around Cleveland, when I come right back around, he's gonna be standing in that same spot. I know this because I see him every day. I know he's gonna be in that same spot. When I pull up and jump out, he's gonna be like, "Oh, gee, come here, man, come on, man. No, you can't get that out. Come here, man." I'm like, "All right, what's going on?" You drop that on me, man, then you gonna run off. I ain't run off, but I just wanted you to think about what I dropped on you. Now, you'll come back. Give me your comeback. You see what I'm saying? But that's how you get, you know, you just got to know how to get people attention.
Right. Well, that's why I'm saying use your words. I mean, words are powerful.
And that's what I use, words. I drop loves on them, what we call dropping loves. I drop a love on them. You dig what I'm saying? Before they can pick it up and screw it back on, I'm gone. So now they got to hold it in their hand all that time till I come back around again. And about 2-3 hours, I come back around there. 2-3 hours, I'm coming back around my same little tour, what I call my little tours. And I already know you're gonna be standing.
The little tour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my routes. You know what I'm saying? My routes that I do.
Right.
Yeah. But see, my routes take me east side, west side, southeast side. Most people, I might do more traveling in one day in hoods than a lot of people probably do in 10 years. I do it in one day. In one day. Because I'm connected to the people. A lot of people are not. You think you are, but you're not.
Right.
You just think you are.
Right.
You just don't know how disconnected you really are.
Oh. Okay.
People don't know how disconnected they really are. They really don't know. But I mean, I'm just saying, we're talking about words.
Yeah.
It's the way that you live.
Exactly. Right. And that is one thing, also, with use your words, there are people who believe in hitting as they're using their words.
Well, I mean, that's a fight. That's a fight then.
Well, there are some people who beat their children and swear at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Right. So, at the end of the day, using our words can be painful.
Yeah, I mean, I used to get whoopings like that, but my mama didn't cuss at me, but she would hit me. She would be saying, "I told you, don't do."
Oh yeah, that's the way it went.
Yeah, but like you said, she didn't cuss at me though.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
But that's how they did it.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying?
That's
you got
exactly how they did it.
You got scolding along with the whooping.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got two at once.
Exactly. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I just kind of wanted to throw out, use your words, because using your words can be detrimental, can be painful, can be very harmful, can make people do things that they wouldn't normally do because of words. It can take a person's self-esteem away from them. Words. And it also can take away pride and dignity.
Mm-hmm.
Words.
Yeah, it could.
Right. And I just kind of, I did the thing about yelling, but using words just as an everyday line of communication is something that I didn't address at that time. We're talking just everyday life, conversating on the phone, or going down to a meeting, or just in the store communicating with somebody. Or like you say, you're always in the barbershop communicating with people all the time, and running into people at the gas station, and words are being exchanged all the time. I mean, even in words of songs, there are some powerful words in songs, which is been the words now are very different. The words now in different songs are entirely different from the ones that we listen to. The same thing now, we'll get into the rap music. Those words that they're using now, and the words that they're using in the rap music, though I have not heard all of the rap music, but I hear enough conversation about the rap music, which leads me to believe there is some validity to everything that people are saying about how this rap music has taken over our children's lives.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So I've always said everybody can't tell the same lie. It's going to be a little bit different when it gets to the next person. But if it's the truth, it's going to be the same thing that's said over and over and over again. So the words in rap music has definitely put our children in the wrong direction, to the point of suicide and murder.
Yes.
Drug addiction. Disrespecting the woman. Words are very, very powerful. And I want the audience to think about words being communicated, like I said, via phone, conversations with children, listening to music, listening to rap music. All of these words are being very powerful and taking over our lives. Over our lives. And that is something that, though we use our words, we need to use our words in a positive manner that's going to influence the world, not just who you are talking to in your space. We want to influence the world. And I know that, when I come on my channel, I try to address my audience in a clear manner to help people to get my point on what I'm trying to communicate. And I'm hoping that I've been able to get people to really hear and understand what I'm communicating, and look at me and say, she speaks the truth. Because also words can be a bunch of lies to make us feel better. So that's another thing when we're thinking about words, we need to pass on something that's truthful versus passing on lies, words that are not true. People feed into that. They feed into that information. And that goes with, I heard, he said, she said, you said. And by the time that all gets around, it's something entirely different. And people will take words and talk behind someone else's back instead of confronting the situation. So We got words, but we need to learn how to be very appropriate with our words. Very appropriate. And if you're one of those individuals who have a problem with someone, but yet and still the person you have that problem with, you will never confront them. You will go behind their backs and you will talk to everybody that's willing to hear your problem. And if you have someone who wants to feed your problem along with you, that's the one you're going to stick with. You're going to stick with that one. That's going to feed your shenanigans. When you run across people who don't want to hear this, you're going to move on. You're going to move on. So, my whole thing, using words, use your words. And we need to think about how we're using our words and how we're communicating with people all the way across the board, even how we speak to our pets. It's a crazy thing, even down to the way we speak to our pets, speak to our neighbors. Words are powerful. And I'm hoping that the people out there in the audience will just get a little conscious about the way they speak, the way they conduct themselves as they're speaking. Because there are people in the world that don't even know how to use language without swearing. Like they can't have a conversation without every other word a swear word. And that is only sending the message to our children that this is the way it's done. So when they're around other people and they're speaking this way, they don't think anything of it. And that's a very unfortunate thing. Very unfortunate, because there are so many places that we need to go. So many places that we need to go, and we need to be conscious about our language, our conversation, and the way we deliver a message. And there are ways that people will think about what kind of parents you had while they're standing up there listening to you. And the young people don't realize that. When you see children out of control, the people in our age group think, what kind of parents do they have? That's the first thing we think. We don't think that's a dirty shame. We think, what kind of parents do they have? And you must agree, Raheem.
No question.
You must agree.
Yeah.
Because we look past the ignorance. Because we know that ignorance came from someplace. And it starts where you come up at.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever your environment is. I don't care if you're living in a community with $1 million homes, or you're living, at a house that costs $20,000. It is the way you treat your children and the way you speak to your children is the way they're going to be out there in the world. And I had a friend that used to always say, if you don't want to be embarrassed, don't do embarrassing things. And that is so very true.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Right.
Get what your hand called for.
Exactly. So we need to reevaluate our words. Using our words deemed to be evaluated. They really do. Our words need to be reevaluated, and we need to become more conscious about how we are using our words. We want people to communicate, but we also need to learn how to use our words in the proper manner, in the proper situation, in the proper environment. I mean, you're out in the community, you're out at dinner, you're at the dinner table. We could never swear at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. It would be over with.
Yeah.
You couldn't even play at the dinner table. It was business when you sat down at mama's table.
Yes, man.
It was business. It was absolute business. You didn't even talk with your mouth full. And we've gotten away from all of that. And we've gotten away from all of that because the words that we should be using to say to our children, that's not proper at the dinner table. Those are not the words we're using. The words we are using are no words. And we're just allowing. We are just allowing. And that is not going to help us. So for the audience, just become conscious. Become very conscious about your environment. Whether you're in the company of adults, or you're in the company of young adults, or you're in the company of babies. Because your words mean everything. And you don't even have to yell. You just have to say the words. You just have to use those words. And we want to learn how to use something better. I mean, the For Real team is going to be cultivating that behavior into something better. We're going to turn it into something better. We're going to use the phrase that I say all the time, you're better than that. And we're going to drive it home. You're better than that. And it doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing, because that is part of the problem. We are mimicking all of the wrong things. All of the wrong things. What we should be mimicking, we're running from it. We're running from it. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's real. That's real. I mean, ain't too much to say after that. You summed all that up. All I can say is, thumb up the video, thumb up the video, thumb up the video when you see it. Because ain't nobody come in tonight. It's just me and you tonight. So
that's okay.
You ain't got no comments tonight, but it's okay though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, you just summed it up right there. Really ain't too much to say after that. We can say good night after that. I mean, because who wouldn't understand what you just ran down?
Okay, I like that.
I mean, you broke that down to where a 5-year-old can be sitting right here and understand that.
Okay.
And a young 8-year-old, you understand? If you got ears and a halfway brain, you ain't got to have a whole brain, a halfway brain. You know what I'm saying?
Have a brain, it'll get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have been able to get that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have nothing to say after that. You just summed everything up.
Okay. Well, I like that.
Yeah. You just summed everything up.
So that means if the people in the audience will hopefully they'll feel the same way.
Right. Well, you know,
do something with it.
People, whoever see this video, subscribe to the channel. Mm-hmm. After you subscribe, leave us a comment in the bottom, in the comment section, and we'll know you subscribe and leave your comment, and we'll answer your comment. Mm-hmm. Or if you had a question or a comment. But subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up. And I got to get back on my subscribing things too, because I said I want to try to get me another 1,000 subscribers before the year was out.
Yeah, I heard you saying
that's that. A lot of work. Yeah, that's a lot of work. Because we in what? We at the end of October now. Oh, and I just said that last week. I think I said that last week.
Oh, well.
That last week, but you know, I'm up for the challenge. I'm just have to, do what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's how I got the first 1,000. You know, I got the first 1,000 by being in the streets getting it. Mm-hmm. So I got it.
Well, you know what? The beautiful thing about that is that you know exactly how to do it, and you're very comfortable with it. And that's a
Well,
beautiful thing.
you can't have a channel if you're not.
Right.
You can't have a channel if you're not.
Right. And I believe that 100%.
We going live because of my work.
Absolutely.
We going live because of my work.
Absolutely.
If I didn't put the work in, when we going live, we'd be doing pre-recordings and uploading it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But we're not. We're going straight live.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from putting that work in.
Right.
You know.
Impressive.
Yeah. So, all right, baby. I'm kind of tired. And I think you like I just said, you summed it all up right there.
Okay.
All I could say is just I would like to see if anybody gonna leave any comments, you know, after they see the video. You know what I'm saying? Because you pretty much summed it up. Okay. You know, this is the Few the Proud Look For Real TV, and I'm your host, Raheem the Dream, and
I'm Marietta Elliott, your co-host for tonight.
There you go. Okay. Peace and Black Power. We're gonna sign on out of here.
Oh my
You have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Peace and Black Power.
Good night, everybody.
Yep, and subscribe to the channel.
Right.
All right. Good night.
Good night.